National Assembly approves state of emergency proclamation in Rivers State in line with constitutional provision.
Supporting press freedom and creating a conducive environment for the media to practice in this country.
As 2025 ministerial press briefing continues, Minister of Information re-emphasizes President Tinubu's commitment to protecting constitutionally guaranteed rights of all Nigerians.
The community goes about calling bandit for anything. The military does not support that.
Defense headquarters says it's not aware of community negotiating with bandits and other criminal elements. Hello and a warm welcome to the News Desk 3 on NTA News 24. We are coming to you live from Abuja. I am Vivian Ezadifi. Senate has approved President Tinubu's proclamation of state of emergency in Rivers State in line with provisions of Section 305 of the Constitution. The approval came after an executive session.
Briefing from the President of the Senate on the circumstances of the proclamation of a state of emergency declared by Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President, Commander-in-Chief, Federal Republic of Nigeria, on the state of affairs in Rivers State. And the Senate resolved as follows. 1. The Senate invokes the powers conferred on it by Section 305, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, and approve the proclamation of state of emergency declared by Mr. President in Rivers State of Nigeria.
Now, the House of Representatives has approved the declaration of a state of emergency for Rivers State, along with the 6-month suspension of Governor Siminalayi Fubara, his deputy, and all elected members of the State Assembly, as announced by President Bola Tinubu. National Assembly correspondent Mitaire reports that this followed a unanimous voice vote in favor of the presidential proclamation.
Those against say nay. That is have it. Any more contributions? Any more contributions? So we put the question. Are we ready for the question? Are we ready? Those in support of this request of Mr. President as amended should say aye. Aye. Those in support of this request from Mr. President as amended should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Thank you very much. Clerk.
A coalition of opposition political leaders in the country, led by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, says the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State is a subversion of democracy. This was at a media briefing in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf reports.
Gathered here are majorly opposition leaders comprising of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, representatives of other parties including 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, former governor of Kaduna State Nasir El-Rufai,
and internal affairs of the Rivers State.
The coalition believed that the prevailing situation in Rivers State is at variance with the Constitution of Nigeria 1999 as amended.
It's not only the responsibility of the opposition to defend democracy. It's the responsibility of all Nigerians, all of you, to defend democracy.
Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has called for calm and promised to stand with Governor Sim Fubara and the people of Rivers State over the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State.
Section 180 of the Constitution is clear as to the tenure of the state governor.
On the revocation of its 2 secretariat plots in Abuja, the opposition party expressed shock that the FCT minister Nyesom Wike carried out the revocation despite the existence of a court case in which the minister is a party. Also reacting to the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State, the Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room at a media briefing in Abuja believed that the removal of a governor and state legislators is a grave violation of the principles of separation of powers and the democratic rights of the people of Rivers State, who freely elected their leaders.
The Nigeria Civil Society Situation Room remains committed to defending democracy and holding the rule of law.
Situation Room, however, called for calm in the face of prevailing circumstances. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, at the 5th edition of the 2025 Ministerial Press Briefing, is re-emphasizing that President Bola Tinubu remains a Democrat whose doors are open to constructive criticism and healthy opposition. Saliu Abdullahi Wanara reports.
The arrival of the Honorable Minister of Information.
Ahead of the second-year anniversary of the Renewed Hope government, this platform is an opportunity for members of the Federal Executive Council to give account of stewardship as being coordinated by the Ministry of Information and National Orientation.
It equally serves as a platform to keep Nigerians informed about the ongoing policies and programs of the Tinubu administration, to foster active citizens' engagement in the nation's governance process.
As the Nigerian Union of Journalists commemorates its 70th anniversary, the government spokesperson reassured press freedom in Nigeria.
I hereby take the liberty to reaffirm the commitment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration to upholding press freedom and creating a conducive environment for the media to practice in this country. This administration believes that a free and responsible press is essential for good governance, transparency, and national development.
So far, 9 ministers featured in the 2025 edition of the Ministerial Press Briefing in Abuja. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga says the federal government will expedite action to accelerate the Nigerian-Morocco gas pipeline project and various projects across key sectors of the economy, making Nigeria a hub for investment globally. Garba Natala reports that the Foreign Affairs Minister gave this assurance while speaking at the ongoing ministerial briefing on the first quarter of 2025 under review by the present administration. Through diplomatic channels, his ministry attracted investment into Nigeria between the last 3 months of 2024 to the first quarter of 2025, recently including Brazil, India, the United States, and the United Kingdom, China, Morocco, and Algeria.
Been adopted by ECOWAS. The agreements are ready to be signed, and this would see Nigerian gas, since we have 207 trillion cubic feet of it, delivered all the way to Morocco through 15 countries. And Morocco is tied to Europe through the Maghreb line. So this presents an opportunity, and it's part of the dialogue we're also having with the Americans, because they can come and domesticate and invest, first of all, in building the pipeline, and then utilize the gas for artificial intelligence. That's their big tech.
Yusuf Tuga gave more insights into landmark achievements of his ministry recorded towards repositioning Nigeria's footprints among Community of Nations.
Whoever we want to, whichever country we want to, based on our national interests and based on certain treaty and obligations and agreements that we've entered into, either bilaterally or multilaterally. And that's why, even though we may differ with certain countries, we still find ourselves on the same page on other issues.
The evolving security landscape threats require motivated combatants, advanced equipment, and strategic planning to enhance operational effectiveness. This was the position of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluide, at the 2025 Nigerian Army Career Planning and Management Seminar. The seminar, organized by the Army Headquarters Department of Military Secretary, is aimed at developing personnel's capacity of effective career planning and management.
As the world continues to evolve, and with several organizations embracing novel and new strategies in human resource management, we must continually seek to improve our approach to career planning and management of our military human resources. This will ensure that we keep producing the right crop of personnel, adequately prepared and equipped to deal with our present and future threats.
This seminar has been organized to guarantee the desired end state and will feature packages that will expose participants to contemporary approaches to military resource management with a view to improve career planning at all levels.
The program, sixth in the series, is with the theme Effective Career Planning for Nigerian Army Officers, imperative for a well-motivated and combat-ready force within a joint and multi-agency environment. The Defense Headquarters says it is not aware of communities negotiating with bandits and other criminal elements. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that the Director, Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcus Kange, made the clarification at the headquarters of Abuja.
On 12th and 14th March,
it's time for an update on ongoing armed forces operations across the country, and the Director of Defense Media Operations is here with a file. Critical is the response to alleged negotiation with bandits in the northwest.
the military is conducting their operations according to the rules of engagement and code of conduct for internal security operations. So if any community goes about calling bandit for any reason, the military does not support that. We don't support that effort by the community.
Regarding the destruction of pipelines in Rivers State, the Director of Defense Media Operations stressed that the military and other security agencies will continue to ensure the protection of critical national infrastructure.
The armed forces of Nigeria are doing their job, protecting pipelines, anti-kidnapping, vandalism in the south-south, while the political masters look for solutions to the political crisis in the state.
The Defense Headquarters stressed that it will continue to conduct its operations in line with standard rules of engagement and enjoin Nigerians to support security agencies with relevant information to enhance proactive internal security operations. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
The Nigerian Immigration Service is stepping up its fight for efficient and transparent service delivery with a nationwide anti-corruption campaign calling personnel to action. Victor Azo reports that the campaign was flagged off by the Controller General of Immigration, Kemi Nadab.
The message is simple. Digitalization and innovation should make services faster, smoother, and corruption-free. And to drive that home, the Controller General of Immigration, Kemi Nadab, kicked off a two-day nationwide sensitization campaign.
Every officer at every service window must know that they have a job. They have a role to play in nation building, in the securing of this nation. And they can only do that with integrity, professionalism, and commitment.
It had all the makings of a big awareness push, key stakeholders in attendance, a firm commitment to change. And yes, a beautifully themed Nigeria immigration cake to mark the occasion. But beyond the ceremony, the focus is on real impact. The service's anti-corruption unit says they are aiming for better transparency ratings and a system where processes are seamless and free of shady dealings.
We're expecting that the outcomes will have an impact on the service. We expect that the sustained campaign will lead to improved public perception and ratings.
With sister paramilitary agencies and anti-corruption bodies backing this cause, the message couldn't be clearer. corruption has no place in service delivery. In Abuja, Victor Azuenti News.
The News Desk at 3 is reaching you live on NTA News 24. We have more reports after the break. Stay with us.
Celebrate Ramadan with Bafi and enjoy up to 40% off on selected products from living room, dining room, bedroom, and royal sets. Pay less, save more, and refresh your home for iftar gatherings and cherished moments with family and friends. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online to enjoy our exclusive Ramadan sale. Let's make this Ramadan unforgettable.
I am Oluremi Tinubu, the global and national top TB champion. Many people have asked why I've chosen to champion the fight against a disease like tuberculosis. My reason stems from a deep personal experience. I once had a friend who unfortunately fell ill and concealed the nature of his sickness until it was too late. Eventually, after he passed, we discovered he had tuberculosis. Sadly, due to the stigma and discrimination surrounding the disease, he would not speak up or seek for help. His death was a painful reminder that we could have intervened and saved a life if only we had known earlier. Tuberculosis is an airborne disease that primarily affects the lungs, but can also impact other parts of the body. Being airborne means anyone, regardless of their social economic status, can contract it. In Nigeria, one person dies of TB-related illness every 7 minutes, amounting to 206 deaths every day. Globally, one person succumbs to TB every 25 seconds, which is a staggering 3,456 lives lost daily. These deaths are entirely preventable because TB is curable if detected and treated early. If you or someone you know has been coughing for 2 weeks or more, coughing up blood, experiencing night sweats, or losing weight drastically, it might be TB. Please visit the nearest government hospital or primary health care center for proper diagnosis and treatment. TB treatment is free in all government and some private health facilities. Let us also remember not to stigmatize or discriminate against TB patients or those who have been treated for TB. Individuals who have been cured of TB cannot infect others. I call on all stakeholders, especially the private sector, to join us in the fight to end TB in Nigeria. Together, we can make a difference. Remember, TB anywhere is TB everywhere. End TB by 2030. Yes, we can.
Welcome back. Nigeria is on the verge of a major tax overhaul, with the tax reform bills awaiting Senate approval. If passed, the bills will simplify tax payment, removing the burden of multiple levies. Economic experts on Good Morning Nigeria say the focus should shift from tax rates to taxpayers, making compliance easier and boosting economic growth. Ekemini Williams has the report.
A major step towards tax reform. Nigeria's House of Representatives has passed 4 key bills to streamline tax payments. The bills retain the 7.5% VAT rate, but introduce a new revenue sharing formula for states and local governments. The goal is a tax system that encourages businesses and drives economic growth. The bills, first introduced by President Bola Tinubu in October 2024, are designed to overhaul tax administration and create a more business-friendly environment.
Today, we have as many, officially we have as many as 60. Unofficially, as many as 200. So what this one is seeking to do is to streamline all those multiplicity of taxes to a single digit. And I think they will go a long way to improve the business climate that we have in Nigeria. If you look at the ease of doing business, ease of paying tax is one of the major pillars. And we have always lagged, in terms of the ranking on the ease of paying taxes. So this one will surely facilitate ease of paying taxes.
There is a lot from the bill, especially with respect to enhancing development. One, you will also notice that the oil revenue is not steady, is not stable. There's complete shortfall in revenue coming to the country. We need also foreign direct investment. We also need a kind of summarizing the burden of that tax paid, and also to remove the burden on the low income earners.
But beyond the policies, experts say Nigerians need clarity. They are calling for an extensive awareness campaign to educate citizens on why taxes matter and how compliance fuels national development. They also stress the need for income-based tax incentives to encourage voluntary payments.
A tax education to Nigerians. The committee should, after submitting and succeeding at the National Assembly, should come back and initiate how Nigerians can be properly educated and how the operating agencies can be properly monitored, and at December make recommendations. But what is more important is to consider adjustment of tax base rather than tax rates.
With optimism high, economic analysts believe these reforms could be a game changer, transforming Nigeria's economy and setting the stage for long-term growth. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, NTA News.
Officially been confirmed by emergency authorities in the Wednesday truck crash explosion at Karu Bridge along Nyanya Kefi Expressway. Abdullahi Ajia, who has been monitoring trends since the incident happened, has more.
Well, in the aftermath of the Wednesday unfortunate accident at the Karu Bridge, agencies are still taking stock of what had been burnt down by the accident, and as we speak, the evacuation of carcasses off the road is still ongoing by security agencies and other relevant agencies concerned. Another important thing that the security agencies have to contend with is the overwhelming crowd of onlookers and commuters who have come to loiter around to see what had happened.
So we should return back to the old timing. We are at a certain period of peak periods. These big vehicles should be stopped from mixing with smaller vehicles, and they can move later at night and so on. So that if in such a thing happens, the chances are that we won't have human casualties.
What we did was triage. Those that sustained injuries, we immediately carried them to the various hospitals. Then the one that we carried last were the dead bodies.
We have 6 dead bodies, and this morning when we went through the hospitals, we have 2 dead bodies. About 8 people are in custom hospital. About 11 people are in National Hospital, and about 10 they are also in the custom hospital.
Definitely, when we got here, there was heavy hold up, so we are waiting for traffic to go slow. The next thing was trailer don't fail brake, then boom, 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 boom. Next thing we hear was fire, outbreak. Everybody was running for his life. Myself, I fire my face. I was trying to defend myself after I got these wounds. Then I ran out, had an explosion. There's some good Samaritans. Good Samaritans helped me to push out the vehicle, pull it out to this place. If not, it would have got burnt.
My strong view about this have remained the same, that there is a need to introduce a barricade, a very strong barricade that will come down to the level of the sizes of or the height of the vehicles. You want them to access the road during working hours, so that when the roads are free, that these are the time that these vehicles can pass. But at this hour, from the hour of 4, because of the hold up in Yanyam, and having the mindset, having the knowledge that it's a descending journey, that at this hour of 4 or 3:30, this barricade should be blocked. Once it is blocked, it is locked. At that hour, no vehicle carrying cement, carrying heavy-duty vehicles can access this route any longer. But after that hour to 9 o'clock, you open it for them to pass.
That concludes the news at 3 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I'm Vivian Izadi.